Yo. What's good, everybody? We're back for another ALGO'S take. It's been an amazing week. Got my boy Golden State Bull with me. What's up, GS Bull? You hear me? Yeah, make sure you unmute yourself. We gonna get it in. Hold on, let me let you in with this. Give me just a second. I gotta get my screen share up. But once again, what's good, everybody? We're back at it again, like we never left. All right, admit. So if you're not paying attention right now, you didn't get a spoiler alert. Yes, you hear me?
Yes, sir. Hear you, bro.
Okay, amazing. Make sure you mute your second your second. Yeah, we only got one going. All right, how about now?
Yeah, that's good.
Yep. Perfect. So of course we're gonna be talking a little bit today about a sneaky way to play our earnings through 7:30. We got a mystery ticker right here that essentially can help you to capture pretty much every potential move that could happen through the earnings of the week. We got some safe plays that we want to introduce you guys to. So we're gonna do that together. As you guys know, I want you to come snipe with us. So whether that means you follow me on Twitter at @SaluteSir with double I's. I do still have 50% off my ALGO'S All Things Trading, where we can really just chop shop, talk game. Not necessarily investment advice, but you might just print as we talk through just theory and strategy of just markets as a whole and educational purposes. Also, for those purposes, follow us at Option Snipers as well on pretty much everything that you can. We do have our Options Trading Academy that is live and direct. Continuously updated with new modules as we refine our craft and our process. As you see in the middle, it's just a bunch of green numbers with a bunch of high percentages. This is what we want to do on a regular basis, and what we do on a regular basis, our Discord server, where you have myself as well as the other master snipers that are always getting it in, helping you learn to trade while you trade. That's what we do here. All right, so we're going to talk about this mystery ticker. Myself and GS have had a little bit of just chopping down on ARKW. And really the thing we like about it the most is the earnings exposure, right? The fact that we are able to capture moves or potential moves on a bunch of different tickers all in one place, right? So any good investor, what you want to do is you want to be able to limit your risk, right? So rather than playing a bunch of different tickers for earnings, if you can find, in this case, an ETF that has holdings that can give you exposure to potential earnings runs, it can work in your favor, right? So we've calculated about 25% of the ARKW holdings have earnings this week ending 7:30, right? So if I plant the right seed, that might grow into some more money. And so that's really what we're looking to do with this ticker. And so we're going to, introduce y'all to this right before market open so that, you might be able to position yourself effectively if you feel that, it's worthwhile. Once again, this is not investment advice, but this is something we see in the markets that, we might be playing ourselves. So we might as well, at the very least, expose you to the education that comes with this ticker. So if we look at earnings whispers, we'll see that, there's quite a few high profile earnings that are coming up this week. And so, so some of them, of course, we're all looking at Tesla. Any others you see on Monday, GS?
Was nothing else on Monday. Just Tesla is looking really good.
Let's be real. Everybody, all eyes on Tesla. Like that is the right. That is the mecca right now. Right. We
Yeah.
want to see exactly what it's going to do moving into this week. All eyes on Tesla. What about Tuesday? What you see that you like, or at least that you're gonna have eyes on?
In phase looks really good. The solar sector's been pretty beaten down. If they could report good guidance and maybe some good numbers, then in phase could make a pretty good move to the upside or the downside. I know the contracts
Right.
are
I
moving
know
pretty
me.
well.
I like QS. Just like gap up potential, like or just volatility potential. QS, right? We've been waiting. It's been bubbling. Like everybody's kind of just kind of got their eyes on it.
Yeah, AMD as well. AMD is flirting with that 92 level again. If it can start making its way back up towards 95-ish, then who knows? It might be able to crack 100.
Right. I mean, we got Apple, Google, Visa, TDoc, right? Even Starbucks just started running last week. Like there's a lot of stuff going on this week that's going to be high profile, right? And if we can, kind of try and capture some of these moves or potential, whether it's like the move of the stock or as you saw this past week, the move of sympathy play, like Facebook, right? Speaking of that, Facebook has earnings on Wednesday, right? But Facebook, like last week, it ran simply on sympathy from all the other social media sites that actually had earnings.
Right.
All right, trippy,
Snap,
right?
too. Snap went crazy last week.
Man, right? Like that's what I mean. Like it started the move for all these others. Twitter. I thought it was Twitter that did that. And
Yeah,
Twitter faded when all the others like held, which is trippy, but like it's kind of how it goes, right? PayPal coming up as well. Now Spotify, Shopify, like bro, there's a lot of earnings this week. Thursday, what we got Thursday? We like Amazon, of course, right? The big boy, right? MasterCard, Pinterest,
Twilio as well.
Right? Like there's a lot of things going on, right? Like there's especially for tech. Friday, I don't think anybody paying attention to Friday. Let's be real. Maybe Caterpillar, oil if you're into that kind of thing. But we like volatility and options, so we're looking to play those and try and find exposure to the, to stocks that can actually move. And so this is why I like where things are headed when it comes to ARKW. So let's try and move to. Let me see if I can get ARKW's holdings up real quick. And I gotta clear the annotations. But okay, exit out of that. We should have them right here. All right, and then let me clear these annotations. Right, so really we can see what's pretty appealing about ARKW right now. Can you see their top holding?
Yeah, I can see all of them.
What's their top holding?
Tesla, of course.
Bro.
Of course.
Shopify, right? Names we talked about. Twitter ran this week. Square, right? Bitcoin popping. Teladoc, Twilio, Bitcoin, Coinbase, Spotify. Like this like Kathy knows what she's doing. Hold on, let me we're gonna have to do it real quick. Let's show some love to our girl real quick. Well, I was gonna bring up Kathy, but whatever, we ain't gonna do that right now. All right, but yeah, she's got a hit list over here. So let's look a little deeper into some of these holdings and why we think that ARKW, if we want to capture a move, while we'll look for it there. So let me go back to my presentation. All right, this is what we like about ARKW right now. So, me and GS, we just did some chopping down on some of these holdings in this ARKW that we liked. Specifically, you can see Tesla earning 726 aftermarket close, right? This ETF holds about 10% of them. TDOC earning 727 aftermarket close, 4.2% of them. Shopify 728 before market open, 5.3%. Spotify 728 before market open, right? We got Shop and Spot same day, 3.5%, right? So altogether, about 36.3% of all the holdings either have some kind of bullish momentum, and this isn't even including like Square, a couple of those other ones that we saw that have exposure to Bitcoin and integration. PayPal earning 728, 1.1%. Twilio, 729, 4.25%. GBTC, tell me a little about GBTC, because you know more about them than I do, GS. What's up with them?
So GBTC is the Grayscale Bitcoin ETF. So it's an ETF itself that holds all of the top crypto related stocks. So that's what that is.
Boom, right? So that's exposure to pretty much everything that could see something from Bitcoin running about 15% today on Sunday.
Yes, sir.
Then also, we got Coinbase as well, more exposure to Bitcoin. We got a nice number at 240 that if it gets above, we think that it can really break some of the bearishness that's been in it. And that's 4% exposure, right? So overall, I mean, there's too much here to not dive into it. So let's do that real quick. We have here ARKW's weekly chart. So as you can see, ARKW has had a very bullish move. And then since it's consolidated a little bit, I'm sorry, let me bring this back up. Right, but it had uber bullish move early on. And then it's since consolidated a bit. Let me get that chart back up. All right, there we go. All right. One thing I want to do with this on the week, while it's on the weekly chart, is run a Fibonacci retracement from the bullish move that it had to its peak. Right. So if you see here, this move has never retraced more than 50%. Even with the pullback that ARKW has had, it still hasn't retraced more than 50% of its, bullish breakout. So bulls are in control of this, no matter how much people have been hating on, Kathy and some of her ETFs. Another thing that we'll notice here, and this is something really important to think about when you're looking at your technical analysis parts of your trading, right? So I love these volume shelves. GS, tell me a little bit about what you see with these volume shelves, the ones I circled just now.
Oh, so they're dense and they're wide out. That's where buyers are holding their line of defense, and if ARKW can start making its way back above the 152-ish level, then hey, look out above.
Right.
For sure.
And then notice this, right? So there's a couple things that I'll usually do, right? One, I want to look at this volume shelf right here, right? The massive extension here, and then see where it is relative to it. Right. So there's a chance that we still chop down in this area right here until this volume really fills in, kind of like how this volume was right here, right? Because once this volume shelf is, in more demand than this one down here, it has no choice but to do what?
Yeah, exactly. All that upward pressure,
right? And if it breaks, then it may have a choice to go down, but it seems like it's tested down on multiple occasions and, has decided to hold its ground, which is something that we look for, just on a technical analysis piece. And another thing you'll notice here, right? So we've had a bullish move, right? Almost like a channel type formation here, which we're really trying to break out of. So these are things you'll consider as well. Another thing I like about this move right here, let me clear these drawings. Hold on. All right, is this kind of inverse head and shoulders type move, right? And it's right at a fib level and a volume shelf, you know, around this 150, what is this, 156 level? Right, so I love this 150, 156.17 level right here because it's also the neckline of a clear inverse head and shoulders. You see that on here? Am I tripping? Am I tripping, or is it actually there?
Not tripping. It's been building out a very strong base. It's
Yeah,
it's about ready to complete that move.
Boom, right? And so a clearing of the neckline to me, I'm not going to go into what is happening up here with these levels, just because that's G14 classified for now. What about 173? Right, I like that move at a break of 156. I like this area right here. As you'll see, you know, this is you know, whatever these lines are, you definitely see some resistance right here, up in these areas, right? But there's a whole bunch of value right here, right? An area of value in this area right here between 156 and 173 that I like a lot. You checked out the options chain on ARKW yet?
Yes, I did. The 917 200 call is it's looking pretty good. It's got 1100 OI on it. No volume yet. The low of these contracts was 5 cents. They're at 10 right now, so it's still in a buy zone. And the high of the contract was back in February. It was at $23. So
$23. So 23.0 is the high.
Yes, sir. 23.
What's it at right now?
Is at 10 cents or 5 cents. 10 cents. 10 cents. Excuse me.
Okay, so it's at 10 cents.
Yes, sir.
So $10 a contract, high of $2,300 for that contract, and that's 9/17, bro. So that gets us till September.
9/17. So you basically got almost 2 months on that.
2 months to fill this area. Like these contracts would easily wake up, bro.
Easily.
And this right here. Not to mention you have time and you know to be able to let it possibly even test 200. And these are 200 calls. So if it rounds us out, breaks this move up here, bruh, that's in the money like crazy. That's nuts. Exactly. All right. Anything closer expiration like for this week to play?
So this week's on ARKW, there were the weekly 160 calls. The weekly 160 calls had a lot of OI and volume.
What's the OI on them right now?
So the OI on the 160s is at, so it's at 329. It's at 329. There were 88. There was 88 in volume on Friday. So there were people buying in, picking up some interest, probably thinking about, you know, the earnings play as well. And then the 150 call as well, a little more expensive. It's 410 right now at the market. But
what's the 160?
The 160 is 85 cents. Yeah, so that was 85 cents.
Dang. Okay, so a 10-point move could essentially bring these to something like this.
Yeah, and the high of these contracts was
not counting theta, but that's amazing.
Yeah, and the high for these was at 5.5, and that was back on June 29th, so not even a month ago.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
All right, so these 160s look good for the weeklies. If you were going to try and play them, 160s look good. Once again, we're looking for a level, right? We're looking for a level test and break of 156, 160. put you around this area right here. Let's look at this head to neckline. So that's what 156 to about 120, 30, 40, 50, 36 points from 156, 150, 60, 70, 80, 190. Oh shit.
Yeah.
Boom. Yep.
Looking at new all-time highs.
All right. And these aren't even weeklies. These are what, 820s?
Yeah, those are the 820s.
Okay, these are 820s. So these are not weeklies. These are 820s, 160.
Right, 820s. Yeah, because these only go four weeks out at a time.
Yeah,
Sorry.
perfect, bro. These 160s for that are amazing. And then we see the 917s we just had. And then what about like some leaps for some people to think, this bullish run might really move. I know I had those 917 200s, definitely. Anything later in the year, like December's?
Yeah, so the December 200s look pretty good as well. Those have 600 open interest, 620 open interest. Those four on Friday for volume, and then those are just about near the low. They were the lowest those contracts was 45 cents. They're at 70 right now. So that's still under $1. That's still relatively cheap for something that's
the 200
doesn't expire till December.
That's this move until December.
That's till December.
Right.
144 days. That's 6 months.
That's crazy for a clear inverse head and shoulders.
On the contract, that's 6 months on the contract. That's not even $1. And the high of those was $30 back in February.
And the high?
The high was 30.2 back in February.
$33,000 was the high on what's now $70.
Yes, sir.
Oh my gosh. All right. So as you guys can see, we like the exposure that this can give us to a couple different things. Just to review those real quick, and we're just looking at the weekly. I'm not even gonna dig into this. You guys do your own research on, how these moves can actually come to fruition. But so far we got earnings, right? And then we have, big tech earnings. I don't think Coin hasn't even had their earnings yet. Square
had earnings last week.
Okay, Square had earnings last week. Okay.
Yeah. And then Roku has earnings next week.
Right, and that's one of their holdings is Roku. Hold on.
Yeah, Roku's number 13.
Bro, that's crazy. Any others of these that we might be able to capture, even with just the 820s?
The 820s.
Bring this back. Just like even if you were just
let me see. I think Disney might be one that we might be able to get some exposure from as well. Let me see. Disney earnings. Yep, Disney earnings on 8/12, so in 2 weeks.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, 2 weeks.
How much is what exposure do they have to? Oh, I see Disney. That's number 40.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
How much exposure to Disney?
Right.
Yeah, I think you might have earnings coming up though. Zoom, Peloton, any of those have earnings coming up? TTD, DraftKings, like come on, I know all these probably have earnings coming up because I don't remember any of these really moving. SE Limited.
Docu has earnings on September 2nd. Peloton has earnings September 9th, but those stocks should start going as the Delta variant becomes more prevalent in the media.
Ooh, hold on. What'd you say? Say that again.
So stocks like DocuSign, Peloton, Zoom, TTD because it's advertising.
All right, hey, if your kids is back home having
Roblox,
spend your money on Roblox money.
Yeah, these are all stocks that are, and then Disney as well. These are all stocks that are going to move.
JD.
In sympathy to COVID news. So if you start seeing COVID headlines, this is a good place to park your money.
Boom, right? Yeah, this is like your COVID defense play almost.
Yep. And then Shopify, Spotify, Yeah, there's.
Bro, we got all right, we got to end this ASAP, bro. We got to get this to the people as soon as possible. As you guys know, my name is Algo Bailey. Thank you for joining me. My boy Golden State Bull, been with us since the beginning when it comes to our community and just learning and leveling up with us. So I appreciate your time too. But
Yes,
yeah,
sir,
let's end this. Let's get this to the people because we got to be able to plot our plays with this. Hopefully, you guys see these strikes, see these different different moves that could be made. But right now, I'm gonna just bring back the chart once again just before we leave. Right, I see a TTM squeeze that's starting to get very very unbullish. Right, I see inverse head and shoulders just ready to go. I mean, there's too many things about this, right? We see earnings that like if the market is bullish and if even with or without COVID, if we've decided we're gonna move on through technology, like there's too much that Kathy exposed herself that says, hey, this is like, this could do some things for us. So
and
of
then
course, the chart will tell us.
One last gem for the people before we head out, Bailey.
Let's go, give it to him.
So, if anybody's somewhat invested in the ARK funds, they should be following or getting the emails saying what Kathy is doing at the end of each day. If people would realize, since Coinbase IPO 2 months ago, 3 months ago, she has been buying up a lot of Coinbase, and Bitcoin is starting to break out. So I wouldn't be surprised to see Coinbase move further up this ARKW holdings list. And some of the other ARK funds is at 8 right now. Who knows? It could be at 5 in a month, maybe 2, So start giving Coinbase and ARKW a lot of looks, because as Bitcoin is breaking out, we know Coinbase is going to push higher, other sympathy plays to that. So that'll only benefit ARKW.
Boom.
And
with that,
for that
right. And with that, there you have it. Once again, appreciate you guys for joining us. You'll see some more uploaded tonight, but for now, we just gonna end this and let's see what happens with this in the morning. But we got ultimate trigger. Last thing before we go, 156. Ultimate trigger 156.17. You reclaim this fib level, right? And we are moving into 200 testes. Let's go. All right, y'all have a good night.
All right, everybody have a good night.